Welcome back to our entry-level Python programming, and I am your instructor, Anthony Sequeira, and I am here to give you my solution to our Tuples assignment by way of reviewing I think it was our third section of content in this course. So let's jump right in. As you might remember, I gave you an assignment. It was an easy one. Yeah, straightforward, easy one. I did that on purpose. I thought the last assignment I gave you was kind of tough, so this one a little bit easier. We had three things to do. Ask the user to enter their first name as a string, age as an integer, city as a string, store the information in a tuple named person, and print each value using indexing. Let's take a look at my solution, shall we? Notice one of the things I did in my solution was I reminded myself, and I want to remind all of you, how great comments can be, right? So here is my comment that this block is addressing step 1, and then here is our step 2, and then finally here is our step 3. Notice step 1, so easy. Let's get a first name variable, and let's do our input command to get that first name. And we were told that this needs to be a string, but that's a piece of cake for us because the default value for our input is going to be a string. Now notice on the age variable, this is when I do my typecasting and I say, okay, we need an integer for age. By the way, don't forget, helping your end user. So maybe enter your age as integer. Yeah, we want to try and help our end users as much as possible work with our program. So yeah, not a bad idea to say there, we need an integer. But notice we are definitely converting the string to an integer with that integer function. And then finally, enter your city. And maybe again, help them out, your current city, as opposed to they might put the city of their birth, for instance. All right, step 2, what did I do here? Well, I created that variable that we needed called person, and look at this. We create our tuple out of first name, age, and city. The tuple is immutable. It can't be changed. And we'll try and prove that. Yeah, we'll prove that in our example here. Anyway, step 3, print each value using indexing. Yeah, pretty clever. Remember, person 0 would be our first name component of the tuple. Person 1 would be our age, and finally person 2 would be our city. So, does this thing run properly? I hope so. Let's run it. And we're going to save it first because I did make a little change there. Enter your first name. Hey, it's Anthony. Enter your age as an integer. I'm going to do the old I'm still 35, even though everyone watching knows that's not true. And then enter your current city. We'll say Tampa. And we'll say enter. And what just happened? This character, I think I accidentally hit on the keyboard because that looks strange. We'll have to run this again, but notice it is printing out first name, age, and city. Boy, oh boy, let's run this again. I don't know what's up with that extra character, although I do think I may have just hit something on the keyboard. All right, enter your first name, Anthony. Enter your false age, 35, your current city. And yeah, that was just me accidentally hitting the backspace on the keyboard or backslash. So anyways, it runs just as we would expect. And now a quick review of immutability when it comes to these tuples. We should be able to cause an error here pretty much. So demo of immutability, immutability, maybe. Maybe that's right. Immutability. No, totally wrong. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to spell. All right. How you can demo this? Oh my gosh. You can just go ahead and try and make a change. For instance, I could say person and then give my index of 0. And I could say that needs to be Tony. So I want to change the first name value in my tuple. And so can I just directly change it like this? Well, I don't know. Let's try it. We're going to file, save. All right, so here we go. Let's run this new version with the demo of immutability. Let me enter my first name, my fake age, and my current city. And then, yes, excellent. We are seeing an error, just as we would expect. We attempt to go in and change an element of the tuple, and it says, sorry, a tuple object doesn't support item assignment. Yeah, because Anthony and the 35 and the Tampa, these entries in the tuple are immutable. So a little bonus there, just proving the beauty of the tuple is it can't be changed. Well, thank you so much for joining me in this solution video to our assignment on tuples. Next up, we got something called dictionaries that we need to review. I'll see you there.